Unfortunately, storage heaters are really expensive to run. Very, very expensive indeed. Have you got Economy 7 electric? If you haven't got Economy 7, you need to be on it. That will save you some money. However, I don't think that will be the answer, because I suspect you are on Economy 7 and they're just really expensive for not a lot of heat because they heat up overnight. So you don't have the heat when you need it, which is in the early evening. Now, things you can do that will help. Make sure that you have got double glazing that works. If you don't have double glazing that works, if you've got double glazing that leaks, which you sometimes get, you can tape it up so that it isn't drafty. You can adjust the screws that, when you do it like that to fit better, you can do that. You can look that up on YouTube. Sorry, varifocals again. If you haven't got double glazing, you can buy that shrink film that you buy. Is double-sided tape you put around the window frame. You stick the cellophane on, you dry it with a hairdryer and it shrinks. That's brilliant. Really, really, really helps a lot. Thick curtains, if you can't get, charity shop, but we're not buying new here. You want thick. What you want is granny tapestry curtains, really thick. The thicker the better. Not things you can see light through. Blankets will work, or old quilt covers, old baby quilts can work, so that you've got a thick covering on the window. Your door, if there is the way to check for drafts, the best way is to have a quick shower and then walk stark naked around your flat, and you'll find every draft, but the neighbours might never speak to you again. So go outside and shine a torch, and if you see light, wind can get through. You can buy foam insulation tape, which will tape off the doors. You need to dress properly. None of this, I've seen people saying, I'm really cold in a t-shirt. I'm cold and I'm undressed because I've had this bloody PICC line. This is standard for me, and normally you will see that I'm wearing a padded gilet as well inside the house with the heating on. I have a t-shirt, I have a thick long sleeve galette top, long sleeved, or a shirt. This is a thinnish fleece that I wore because I was having a PICC line, and I will normally wear a padded gilet on top of that all the time in the house, dressed properly. I have long thick socks. I have got something on my feet at all times. Those big, the big fleeces, the Udi things, they're brilliant. Put one of them on. Make sure your feet are done. Hot water bottles on your lap. I have heated throw. They're expensive to buy, but once you've got them, they're really cheap to run. Absolutely excellent. Have one of those. Now, here's where it gets tricky on this. So try this, but you have to be able to read your meter. Use electric fan heaters, but they only heat the air, not the body of the house. They can be really expensive. If you are keeping all of your flat hot with electric fan heaters, they will cost you more than the storage heaters. What you're aiming to do is keep where you are just hot enough. Radiators and central heating don't just heat the air, they heat the body of where you are. Fan heaters only heat the air, so the heat doesn't last very long. So you don't want to heat the whole flat. You want to have one not too far from where you are. Keep the thermostat thing quite low, so it's keeping it just about okay. And then when you leave that room, you shut the door and go into another room with another fan heater. They're not expensive and they're relatively safe. But what you need to do is turn off your storage heaters, heat your place with the fan heater for 48 hours, maybe a bit more. Take note of how much electricity that has cost you so that you can see. And the reason you can't tell how much electricity in money, but in kilowatts, is because if you are on Economy 7 electric, it gives you cheap electricity overnight, but you pay more in the morning, in the daytime when you're awake. And if it turned out that it was going to be cheaper to use electric fan heaters, you would cancel your Economy 7, turn off your electric storage heaters, and use ordinary priced electricity, which would be a lot more expensive at night, but obviously it would be cheaper than what you're paying in the day. I'm hoping that makes sense. There's a lot there, but hopefully between all of that, you can pull your bills down. If it's any relief, when I moved, I had a flat before this place. When I moved in 2018, in the winter of, I think it was beginning of 2013, it was cold for months, and at that point I was putting every week £100 on the electricity bill of a flat, plus £25 to £30 on the gas, because we had a gas fire, and I was bloody frozen. So